Which, of course, brings us to Anime of the Year, which I was not surprised about, because, in case you had forgotten, I knew this was going to win. I knew this was going to win, because in case you had forgotten, this is an identical award to the award that I presented. It is the exact same nominations as Best New Series. So if Solo Leveling did not win this, there was something really there must have been something really, really dodgy going on. You know, I would raise more eyebrows if Solo Leveling didn't win this one, because this was an identical award to a previous category, you know? People, and specifically, I think it's the Western audience, right? Because Crunchyroll is very much a representation of the Western audience. Anime has gotten popular enough that not everyone that votes on the Crunchyroll Anime Awards, or, you know, just watches anime in general, not everyone that votes on these awards are just going to watch an entire spectrum of like the entire spectrum of what anime has to offer, right? A lot of the appeal in terms of what gets headlines and what gets spread around, especially just things that break out of the sphere of just, you know, anime fans that watch a lot of anime that come out, is very flashy action anime. That's why Shonen Jump shows are exceptionally popular. That's why I think Solo Leveling did exceedingly well overseas. I'm not sure how popular it got here in Japan, but I know that Solo Leveling did not get as popular in Japan as it did. As like the effect that Solo Leveling had in Japan is not comparable to the effect that Solo Leveling had to an international audience. And I think what the Crunchyroll Anime Awards represents is your general anime watcher. And your general anime watcher is a different kind of community than I think the community that existed 10 years ago. It is kind of grown past the anime community that we recognize, the anime fans that I'm sure are in chat right now, you know? It's grown to just a more general audience. And a show with a little bit more of a niche appeal is never going to hit a general audience as much as something like Solo Leveling. Even, at least in the Western sphere, even something that's got in the anime sphere, for anime fans, that got as popular as something like Frieren, right? Because to me, as an anime fan, I was like, yo, Frieren is the first time I've seen an anime that is not like completely action oriented, that actually got decently popular and actually had an effect on so many people that watch anime. And I think what this made me realize is that as popular as Frieren did get for people who are very, very well versed in anime, it still does not compare to a general audience. Because you talk to... How often do you talk to someone who watches anime but doesn't watch every anime, right? I have talked to so many people that have watched Solo Leveling and have watched Jujutsu Kaisen and have watched these action anime and just know no other anime but that genre, you know? Because those are the anime that goes past the little bubble that we have. And Frieren very much represents that anime that is very, 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 very popular for anime for general for anime watchers, but maybe doesn't go past that bubble in the same way that JJK does, that Solo Leveling does, that Demon Slayer does. I just think that this is just a representation of anime watchers today. You know, this is it. This award is just the representation of just the general anime audience. I think it paints a picture that if Frieren didn't win this year, I have kind of just lost hope that anything but an action anime is going to win Anime of the Year for any anime awards. That's it. That is my conclusion